Hello my friends, welcome to Breakfast with Sergio. This is episode number 110 and today I'm going to talk about what to do when my artwork is taking too much space in my home or my studio, what to do with the overflow of work. And this is a topic that was suggested by our good friend Gary Vettori. Thank you Gary for suggesting this topic for Breakfast with Sergio. Well, my friends, what's in my plate this morning? Very simple. I love pizza at any time of the day or night. So actually for breakfast, I have pizza and a slice of, or actually a full little of those mini oranges. So that's my breakfast this morning. Delicious pizza that actually I made. And this is some of the leftover pieces of the pizza. And I love it. I can eat it anytime as a snack or as a full dinner, as a breakfast, lunch, whatever. Pizza is always a good choice for me. Well, my friend, let's talk a little bit about what to do when you have too much art and don't know what to do with it. It's taking a lot of space in your house or in your studio, and you continue to make art, but it's not selling fast enough, and it starts to pile up. That's actually very common. Most studios that I have visited, artists who are very productive have this problem, right? What to do with all this work? What to do with all this work? So. There are only a few options really, so I'm going to give you some options, some ideas, and maybe if you have some ideas that I don't mention, maybe you can share them in the comments so that more of our friends, can find this episode useful. So what to do with so much art? And this is not something new, this is something that many artists have had this issue. Think about Picasso, he was a really highly productive artist, and he was known for filling up houses with their art, with his art. And what a great production of art he left behind. So my friend, what to do in that case? Well, I'm gonna give you here some ideas. Well, one of them, of course, is the storage. Try to get an additional storage space, rent a storage space where you can start accommodating the work that you have, the extra work that you have. Now, of course, storage space, renting a storage space might be, an expensive option for you, but another thing you can do is maybe share a storage space with another artist. Perhaps there's another artist in town that that you think maybe you 2 or 3 people can get together and co-rent a storage space so you can all share the cost of this additional space. And today there are storage spaces just about everywhere. There are really climate controlled spaces at really low prices, which is great. Another option that you have would be to maybe share a bigger studio space. Again, that's another more expensive option, but again, these are all options, right? These are all options. You may pick and choose whichever ones you think will be best for you. Another option would be, again, to share a larger studio space. If money is an issue, rent space maybe with 2 or 3 other artists. You can share the space. That's something that I have done in the past when I was much younger. For the first part of my career, I rented studio space and I shared it with 1 or 2 other people, and that's how we save money. We all kind of share the space, and that was a great solution. It gave me more space, we all had more space, more storage, and so on. Another one is find or engineer some clever ways to store it. You can build a rack, and you can find all kinds of ideas in YouTube as well. Build a rack where you can fit artwork by size. That's one way, and you can do it multi-level. So think about storage not only of what can fit on top of a surface, but also can you do a multi-level system? Maybe taking one side of the studio, converting it into a storage facility within your headquarters, where you have maybe lower tier divided into different compartments for works of different sizes, and then you can do a second level and maybe a third level. Maybe you can do a hanging device of some sort where artwork can be hung. Again, everybody's work is different. In my case, for example, I work really large, and my work is on stretch. So I have a particular space where I can keep all my work flat, which is the best way to store my work is flat. So I have a specific space where all the pieces can be stacked up and they are safe and it works great for me. But again, everybody's work is different. Maybe you cannot lay it flat and you have to lay it vertically. So, engineer some sort of way in which you can create a device where you can put artwork not only in one level, but a multi-level. So multi-level system will really save you a lot of space. I've seen also studios that artists build a wall, which they can use for working and also for storage. And it's a wall with wheels. You can create a wall with wheels. Actually, in my gallery, I have a couple of walls like that in the gallery that we can move around for exhibition purposes, but also they're hollow. So in the inside, there's a little door on the skinny side, on one of them, on one of the sides, and I can store artwork actually inside the walls. So again, you can be clever. You can create some engineering, engineer some ideas so that you can have some interesting, storage spaces within a not really large space. So be clever. Another idea is give some away. I mean, again, these are all options. You may not like all these options, but these are options. Give some away. Maybe there's some work that you may want to give away to family, friends. You can give some away to a local organization, local museum, somebody who will appreciate it. That's always an option, right? Another one that would be is loan work to organizations, loan work to a company, you can loan work as well to people. I mean, loaning art is not something new. You can do that. You can create a document, an agreement, a loan agreement. We say this work is for loan for 1 year. I actually have done that. I actually do that right now. One of my largest pieces, which many years ago I painted the Last Supper in full scale. Well, it's a giant work, and actually it's been on loan for the last 8 years or so in a Chicago institution. So it's actually on public view, but the work is mine. They don't own it. So every couple years I have to renew the loan agreement. I send them a new one. They sign it just to remind them that the work is not theirs, it is mine, and I have the rights of the work. I can, with notice, I can let them know that I want it back, and so on. So you specify that in the agreement, and boom, you can have some of your work out on public view on loan. Another one is do an auction. You can do an auction. This is something that actually in my earlier years I did a couple times when I had a surplus of of work and I needed some space really bad. I organized an auction with my friends and my collectors and people that follow me. I said I want to do an auction, and I did an online auction, and I sold a bunch of work. That was an option. Again, these are all just different options. Another one, do an event, maybe twice a year or quarterly, in which you invite people, collectors, and so on to your home or to your studio, and try to sell as much work as you can during those events. You can recycle some of the old work as well into new work, which I have done that too. I mean, there's all kinds of ideas you can do. Again, it all depends what is it that you do and what you want to make. At the end of the day, my friend, these are just some ideas. You have to create a system in which you can organize and keep the work safe. So if you have, my friend, if you have some ideas for the topic that Gary suggested to us, please let us know. Put it in the comments. These are some of the ones I was thinking about this quite a bit. Like, geez, what else can you do with so much surplus if limited funding and so on? So I give you some ideas. If you have some ideas, maybe something you have tried, maybe something that you're doing, please share them in the comments below. Please share them in the comments. This will be a very useful episode if more of us, if everybody kind of puts in their 2 cents and your ideas, something that you have done that will work really great. Of course, selling more art, that would be the ideal, right? But every artist works at a different pace. Some of you work really fast and you produce a lot of work. So how do you store it, while it gets moved around? Thank you, my friend, for watching this episode. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode of Breakfast with Sergio. Goodbye.